let me start with a question. A question most people avoid because they're afraid to know the truth. If your life continues exactly the way it is right now, where will you be in 5 years? Think about it seriously. Not the fantasy version of your future, not the one day I'll be successful dream you comfort yourself with. I mean the real future, the one that actually matches your habits, your actions, your discipline, your distractions, your friends, your mindset. Because here's a terrifying reality most people ignore until it's too late. Your future is not created by your dreams. Your future is created by your daily decisions. And the reason your life feels stuck, empty, chaotic, directionless, or slow is because nobody ever told you these 17 lessons early enough. Lessons that would have saved you from heartbreak, from failure, from wasted time, from dead friendships, from financial mistakes, from mental chaos, from the wrong path. So today, I'm giving them to you. But before we begin, let me warn you, some of these lessons will hurt. Some will expose the lies you've been telling yourself. Some will shake you. Some will feel like they were written specifically for you. And that's exactly the point, because the truth that hurts is always the truth that heals. Lesson number 1, nobody cares. Here's a truth 99% of people spend their whole lives avoiding. Nobody cares about your excuses. Nobody cares about your struggles. Nobody cares about your potential. Nobody cares about your plans. People care about one thing, results. And that's not cold, that's not harsh, that's freedom. Because the moment you realize nobody is coming to save you, you stop waiting. Waiting for motivation, waiting for support, waiting for approval, waiting for the perfect moment that never comes. Once you stop expecting people to care, you start doing the things that actually change your life. Listen, your friends are busy with their own problems. Your family is worried about their own survival. The world is moving fast, and it will not slow down for you. So, if you want to be someone, if you want to build something, if you want to escape the version of yourself you no longer want to be, you need to understand this lesson deeply. No one is responsible for your life except you. Not your parents, not your childhood, not your teachers, not your luck, just you. The sooner you accept this, the sooner you break free. Because when you realize no one cares, you give yourself permission to stop caring about their judgment, to stop caring about who's watching, to stop caring about failing in front of others. And that's when you become dangerous. Because a person who no longer fears judgment is a person who becomes unstoppable. Lesson number 2, discipline. Let me ask you something, and be brutally honest with yourself. How many times did you say, I'll start tomorrow, I'll start Monday, I'll start next month? How many times did you promise yourself you'd change, only to fall right back into the same habits? Your problem isn't motivation. Your problem is that you keep negotiating with your excuses. Motivation is a feeling. Discipline is a decision. Motivation is loud. Discipline is silent. Motivation gets you excited. Discipline gets you results. Every great life you admire, every entrepreneur, every athlete, every creator, every winner was built on one thing: doing what needs to be done, especially when they didn't feel like doing it. Here's the darker truth. Most people fail not because they're incapable, but because they're inconsistent. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be the smartest. You don't need to be the most talented. You just need to show up every single day whether you feel like it or not. Because one disciplined year can change your entire life, but one undisciplined year can ruin it. Discipline gives you everything. Laziness steals from you: confidence, self-respect, momentum, clarity, peace, power. You will never respect yourself until you become the person who follows through. Lesson number 3, you are not overwhelmed, you are distracted. Here's a truth no one told you early enough. Your attention is being stolen, not your time, your attention. You're not tired, you're overstimulated. You're not unproductive, you're unfocused. You don't lack time, you leak time. Let me give you an uncomfortable question. How many hours have you lost this week to scrolling, to mindless content, to digital noise, to pointless notifications, to conversations that didn't matter, to people who don't add value to your life? You're not failing because you're incapable. You're failing because your brain is running in 50 directions at once. Your life becomes whatever you repeatedly pay attention to. If you give your attention to drama, comparison, entertainment, gossip, you will feel empty. If you give your attention to growth, learning, fitness, discipline, money, you will elevate. Your attention is the steering wheel of your life, and right now, someone else is driving it. The person who controls your attention controls your future. Reclaim it, protect it, guard it with your life, because your focus is the most valuable currency you own, and most people spend it on garbage. Lesson number 4, your friends are your future. Let me give you a truth most people learn too late. You don't become successful, you become your environment. Your friends are not just friends. Your friends are your standards. Your friends are your habits. Your friends are your average. You can predict a person's success by looking at the 5 people they spend the most time with. If your circle jokes about success, you'll never take success seriously. If your circle gossips, you'll drown in drama. If your circle avoids growth, you'll shrink to fit in. But if your circle pushes you, if they're disciplined, if they're hungry, if they're ambitious, if they're building something, you rise automatically, not because of motivation, but because your environment forces you to evolve. Your friends are either an elevator or a cage. They either raise you or restrict you. There is no neutral. And the most dangerous type of friend, the ones who love the OLD version of you. They don't want you to level up because your growth exposes their stagnation. You know exactly who I'm talking about. The friend who makes fun of your progress, the one who says, "Bro, you've changed," like it's a bad thing. The one who gets uncomfortable when you take life seriously. Listen carefully. If someone loses access to you when you grow, they never deserved access to you in the first place. You don't need to cut people off. Just keep growing. Growth will do the separating for you. Lesson number 5. Confidence is built, not born. Confident people aren't special. They're consistent. Confidence does not come from looks. Confidence does not come from money. Confidence does not come from talent. Confidence does not come from validation. Real confidence comes from this. You keep promises to yourself every single day. That's it. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you steal a piece of your own confidence. You say you'll wake up early, you don't. You say you'll quit scrolling, you scroll. You say you'll work out, you skip. You say you'll study, you procrastinate. You say you'll stop talking to that toxic person, you go back. Every broken promise whispers to your subconscious, you're not someone who follows through. That's why you doubt yourself. Not because you're incapable, but because you don't trust your own word. You do 20 push-ups. You meditate for 5 minutes. You read 1 chapter. You stay offline for 1 hour. You finish 1 task. Each one is a tiny vote. A vote that says, I am someone who does what I said I would do. Confidence is built exactly like that. Brick by brick. Promise by promise. Action by action. If you want unshakable confidence, stop chasing confidence. Start chasing discipline. Confidence is the side effect of self-respect, and self-respect comes from consistency. I want to tell you a story, a true one, about someone I knew personally. His name, let's call him Zahir. Zahir had everything people dream of having: talent, intelligence, personality, potential. He was the guy people said, he's going to be something big one day. But here's the plot twist. He never became anything. And the reason why will shake you. Because it wasn't laziness. It wasn't lack of opportunity. It wasn't circumstances. It was something far darker. He spent his life almost trying. He almost started a business. He almost got in shape. He almost built skills. He almost studied consistently. He almost left his comfort zone. Every time he was about to take the first step, he found a reason to wait. I'm not ready. I need more time. Next month I'll start. I'll do it when life calms down. I just need to feel motivated again. Life does not reward almost. Life punishes indecision. Years passed, and something started happening around him. The people he once considered average began surpassing him. Friends he used to laugh with started making moves. People he thought were behind started winning, and he stayed stuck. Not because he was incapable, but because he never committed. Then one day, he said something to me that I will never forget. He said, "Bro, I wasted the years when I had time, energy, freedom, youth, and now I'm paying for it. And he was right. Life doesn't give refunds. Life only gives consequences. It is not the wrong decisions that ruin your life. It is the decisions you never make. Don't be Zahir. Don't wait until life forces you to regret the years you wasted. Start now. Before almost becomes too late. Lesson number 6. Discipline is how you love your future self. Let me give you a perspective no one told you early enough. Discipline isn't punishment. Discipline is self-respect in action. When you choose discipline, you're not suffering. You're protecting your future. You're protecting your potential. You're protecting the version of you who will wake up tomorrow, next month, next year. Most people don't understand this. They think discipline is about forcing yourself, dragging yourself, bullying yourself into doing things. But discipline is this. I may not feel like doing it now, but I love the person I'm becoming too much to sabotage them. Read that again. Every disciplined action is a vote for your future. Every easy escape is a vote against it. Skipping the workout? That's not about today. That's about the body you'll regret later. Scrolling for 3 hours? That's not about boredom. That's about losing focus. You'll desperately need someday. Sleeping late? That's not about enjoyment. That's about waking up the next morning hating yourself again. You know why you feel guilty after breaking discipline? Because you betrayed the version of you you're trying to become. And here's the truth. Your life becomes beautiful the moment you stop negotiating with your excuses. Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's about showing up even when no one claps. It's about building a life where you don't depend on motivation, because you have habits that carry you even on your worst days. Lesson number 7. You won't win if you always play it safe. Here's a trap most people don't escape. They want big results with zero risk. They want success without discomfort. They want progress without uncertainty. They want a different life while doing the same safe things every day. But reality doesn't work like that. Growth and discomfort are twins. You don't get one without the other. Think about your life right now. How many opportunities did you lose because you hesitated? Because you were scared? Because you didn't want to look stupid? Because you didn't want to fail publicly? Be honest with yourself. You weren't avoiding failure. You were avoiding feeling embarrassed. And that is the most expensive fear you will ever pay for. You don't grow from the moments you feel comfortable. You grow from the moments you feel scared, but move anyway. Your dream life requires courage, not the absence of fear, but action despite it. Because the secret is this: playing it safe is the most dangerous strategy. You lose years, chances, relationships, opportunities, all because you protected your comfort. Comfort is a slow death. Courage is a rebirth. And if you want to change your life, step into the unknown. Jump before you feel ready. Act before you fully believe. Start before everything is perfect. Your future is on the other side of the risk you're avoiding. Trying is what makes you ready. How many times have you stopped yourself because you didn't feel ready? How many blessings did you block because you doubted yourself? How many doors stayed shut because you never even knocked? You're capable of more than you think. You're stronger than you know. You're more prepared than you believe. And the next time opportunity shows up, take the shot. Walk through the door. Apply, begin, build, start. Because the world belongs to the ones who try. Lesson number 8. Most people aren't thinking about you. People aren't thinking about you as much as you think they are. You know that fear you carry? The fear of being judged, the fear of looking stupid, the fear of making a mistake publicly? That fear is an illusion. Everyone is too busy worrying about their own lives, their own insecurities, their own problems, their own regrets, their own future. You think people are watching you, but they're watching themselves. You think people are judging your failures, but they're trying to hide theirs. You think people care about what you posted, what you wore, what you said, what you did. They don't. And if someone is judging you, it only means one thing. They have nothing meaningful to focus on in their own life. Successful people don't judge. Happy people don't judge. Busy people don't judge. Fulfilled people don't judge. Only miserable people do. So, why let their opinions control your life? You lost years trying to impress ghosts, people who won't matter in 5 years, 5 months, or even 5 minutes. Here's what no one told you early enough. Your fear of judgment is costing you the life you were meant to live. The moment you stop caring what people think, your real life begins. Lesson number 9, being alone is a superpower. Everyone's afraid of being alone. They think loneliness means something is wrong with them. They think being alone means they're failing socially. They think solitude equals isolation. But here's the truth they never taught you. Being alone is not a weakness, it's a superpower. Because when you're alone, you hear your own thoughts, you understand your own desires, you break the noise of society, you learn who you are without other people's opinions. Most people never learn this. They jump from distraction to distraction, scrolling, talking, gaming, messaging someone, avoiding silence because silence exposes them. But the most powerful transformations in life happen in silence. When you finally slow down, your life finally speeds up. Think about every successful person you admire, every athlete, every entrepreneur, every creator, every thinker. They all mastered the same thing, the ability to be alone without feeling lonely, because solitude shapes you, it strengthens you, it rebuilds you, it breaks your addictions, it reveals your path. When you love being alone, you stop tolerating low-quality friendships, toxic relationships, and meaningless noise. You stop needing anyone. And the moment you stop needing people, you become magnetic. People chase what's rare, and self-sufficient people are rare. Your journey begins when you stop running from yourself and start walking with yourself. Lesson number 10. No one is coming to save you. There is one truth that hits hard, one truth that forces you to grow up instantly, one truth that can change your entire life the moment you accept it. It's this: no one is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your friends, not your partner, not society. It's just you, your decisions, your habits, your effort, your commitment. This isn't meant to scare you, it's meant to free you. Because the day you stop waiting for someone to rescue you is the day you take back control over your life. Think about how many years you've waited. You waited for motivation. You waited for the right time. You waited for confidence. You waited for things to get easier. You waited for one day. But one day never comes, not unless you make it come. Look around you. The people who win didn't have saviors. They had a moment where they finally said, enough. If I want a different life, I have to build it myself. And that moment separates the victims from the leaders, the dreamers from the doers, the average from the exceptional. The world doesn't reward people who wait. It rewards people who act. You are not broken. You are not too late. You're just one decision away from becoming the person nobody believed you could be. But no one can take that decision for you. It's on you, and that's the beauty of it. Lesson number 11. Your emotions are not your boss. Here's something no one teaches early. If your emotions control you, your life will destroy you. If you control your emotions, your life will elevate you. Most people live on emotional autopilot. If they feel lazy, they don't work. If they feel sad, they stop trying. If they feel anxious, they avoid everything. If they feel scared, they run away. If they feel angry, they make decisions they regret. If they feel unmotivated, they do nothing. But here's the truth. You don't have to obey your emotions. You don't have to treat every feeling like a command. Feelings come and go, but your life will be built or destroyed by the actions you take despite your feelings. Let me tell you something powerful. Emotion equals a visitor. Discipline equals the homeowner. Visitors are allowed to enter, but they don't get to rearrange the furniture. They don't get decision-making power. You can feel tired and still work. You can feel scared and still move. You can feel sad and still show up. You can feel unmotivated and still progress. Your emotions are valid, but they are not in charge. You are. If you let emotions drive you, they'll crash your life. If you let discipline drive you, you'll reach places your emotions never believed you could. Lesson number 12, people treat you exactly how you let them. You are the teacher of how people should treat you. Every time you stay quiet when something hurts you, you teach them your feelings don't matter. Every time you allow someone to use you, you teach them you have no boundaries. Every time you let someone come and go from your life whenever they want, you teach them you're not a priority. Then don't be surprised when people treat you as optional. Being kind is a strength. Being a doormat is not. Here's the hard truth. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you tolerate. Read that again. If someone is draining you and you stay, you train them to continue. If someone lies and you forgive instantly, you train them to lie again. If someone disrespects you and you remain available, you train them to disrespect you again. Boundaries aren't walls, they are instructions. They say, "This is how I expect to be treated. This is what I won't allow. This is the standard for being in my life." And the moment you raise your standards, two things will happen. Some people will leave, and better people will replace them. Never fear losing the wrong people. Fear keeping them, because they cost you the life you're meant to live. Lesson number 13. Your habits are your real character. There's a truth most people are too scared to admit. You are not what you wish for. You are what you repeatedly do. Your habits tell the truth, even when your words don't. You can say you want success, but if your habits are procrastination, distraction, comfort-seeking, and inconsistency, your life will reflect that, not your intentions. You can say you want to be healthy, but if your habits are sleeping late, eating junk, and skipping workouts, your body will reflect that, not your goals. You can say you want peace, but if your habits include toxic people, endless scrolling, and escaping problems, your mind will reflect that, not your desires. The truth is simple. Your habits are the quiet architects of your destiny. Every small habit you do daily is shaping the person you're becoming. Your success is a habit. Your failure is a habit. Your confidence is a habit. Your laziness is a habit. Your discipline is a habit. Your daily choices echo louder than your biggest dreams. You don't need to change your life. You just need to change your day. Because your day becomes your week. Your week becomes your month. Your month becomes your year. Your year becomes your life. Fix today. Repeat tomorrow. And watch how everything transforms. Lesson number 14. Environment is stronger than willpower. Listen carefully. Your environment is quietly controlling your life, more than your motivation, more than your discipline, more than your goals. If you live in a messy environment, you will live a messy life. If you surround yourself with unmotivated people, you will lose motivation. If your room is full of distractions, your focus will crumble. If your circle normalizes laziness, you will eventually join them. If everyone around you gossips, you will start gossiping too. Humans are not built to resist their environment, they adapt to it. Meaning, if you want to change your life, you must first change the place where your life is happening. Here's the final truth to leave you with. Life doesn't hand out guidance. Life doesn't care about excuses. Life doesn't pause for anyone. Life doesn't give you do-overs. But you have the power to change. You have the power to act. You have the power to grow. You have the power to build habits, control your time, master your mind, and create a life that truly matters. These 17 lessons are not just advice. They're weapons. They're tools. They're instructions for anyone who refuses to stay small. The question now is simple. Will you take them seriously? Or will you go back to waiting, scrolling, fearing, and tolerating what doesn't serve you? The choice is yours. And every second you hesitate, your future self is watching, hoping you act.